you kind of like just radiate that like presence of just like being in state. Okay, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this when you're just like really in the zone. You're kind of like walking around like all the heads are turning. You know, like girls can just like recognize that. She's like, guy's in the zone. So of course, I'm walking up and this girl looks at me. You know, she kind of like, she looks like, as she's laughing, like, oh, like a guy who's in the zone, okay? Now, remember, to get a somewhat of a, like an emotional reaction, to get her to start investing emotionally, and not just like the regular chat, okay, because there's like different levels, you do want to like create somewhat of a challenging vibe. You want to like tingle with her emotions, if you will. So the first thing I do is whenever I open, I always try to do like a little push in the open. So she looks at me, and what do? I'm like, what? That's my open. What? Okay? Now usually what I'll do as well, if they're from further away, as soon as I see them look, I'm like, look away, like that, like a little push. Now when I do this, okay, don't confuse this. People are like, the look away move, yeah, like just dissing girls. Again, it's in a playful, challenging way, okay? It's like just spitting a comment out. The girl's there, I'm like, no, kind of like over-exaggerate it, even in the way your like, you know, your facial expressions move, it's just like, go, just look away, okay? So here I'm like, what? And then she laughs. And then when I do it, I'm like, nice laugh, okay? So I kind of like interrupt the laugh, set a little bit of the rhythm. Okay, now that gets her, of course, to react to you, and this is pretty key. Whenever you open a girl, you don't want to come from the frame of like, you know, as Jeffy says, like trying to join her party. It's like when I go up, I'm just expressing who I am, okay? And an easy way to do that is not to wait for her responses or her validation for everything that you do, especially in the beginning of the interaction, okay? If I go up to a girl, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, so what do you do? And I like, wait for it to, oh, really? And I'm like waiting for it, or if I'm even like, just like, nice laugh. Waiting for her to do something, it's like just leeching value. Okay, when I go up, I'm like, oh, what? Nice laugh, blah, 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 da-da-da, ha-ha, laugh, just like expressing myself and getting her to react to me. That's how you create the opportunity for her to see that you're cool. Okay, it's by putting your personality on the line. And an easy way to kind of like reinforce that is not to wait for her to respond between each and every one of your sentences. Okay, so if I go up, for example, and I'm just like, you, what's your name, where are you from? There's an example of me doing, imposing myself, expressing myself, and she's going to react to that. I'm not like, you, what's your name? Where are you from? Okay, you, what's your name, where are you from? Now you can do this in a, you know, like quick way where you're like, you, what's your name, where are you from? But you can also do it in a very slow way. Okay, like just because the girl's like talking fast, setting the rhythm could be going even faster and more dominant, or it could be going slower and more dominant. Okay, for example, if the girl's laughing, I'm like, you, what's your name? Where are you from? Now she has to adapt onto like this slower type of vibe. But you want to get her to react to you. So of course it sparks up. I'm like, nice laugh. Then her friend says, do you two like know each other? Okay, do you know each other? And the way I view everything in pickup is just like improv. Okay, whatever's being thrown at me is just an opportunity for me to like take that topic and develop something. Okay, an analogy Tyler uses is that basically the way I view pickup is like, I'm like just molding clay. Okay, so I have this stack of clay, I'm just like molding it. And whatever the girl says is just like more clay. I'm like, oh, sweet, build the pickup that way, build the interaction this way. And it could be positive, it could be negative, it doesn't matter because it's still clay. Okay, so for example, I could be talking to a girl and they're just like, you know what, you're a loser. Okay, now most guys would be like taking that personally, like, oh no, I'm a loser, oh, and like hate themselves. I'm like, oh, loser clay, yes, like, you know, put in like the thing. So I'm like, oh, loser clay, okay? And I'm like, how can I use this to like build the interaction? How can I develop on this? Here's like a new little topic, okay? Now the way I usually do it is I just take it and I just expand on it, okay? So one could be like, you're a loser. I'm like, I know, I'm just so pathetic. Such a loser. I'm such a loser, and just like fall to the ground. I'm such a loser. And like grab her leg or something. Like I did that last night. You can just do like anything, or you can be like, I know, like just I don't deserve to live, like this like I don't know, like expand on it, make it funny, exaggerate it, make it your own, okay? One of the best examples was a student I had in Oslo, okay? He goes up to this girl and it's like the end of the night and she's like all drunk and mean. And he opens her and this girl's like, fuck off and die. Just like all out, like full on serious and congruent to it too. And you know, it's like this little guy and he's like, he just like walks away and he like walks back to me. He's like, she told me to fuck off and die. And I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. Now with that, like fuck off and die, you have two options there. One is to take it personally. want to be like, oh, fuck off and die, and like be hurt, be sad about it, like let it ruin your night, let it fuel like your pain body, keep thinking about it, ask yourself, what does that say about me? Does that mean that I'm cool or not? Like, what the fuck? The other is to be like, oh, more clay. Okay, and how can I expand on this, make that maybe more funny, use it to my advantage? Now, off the bat, like some easy, little responses you could throw in there is one, but what if I'm already dead? Like there. Or, but I was born to live. Dumb shit like that. No matter what the girl throws at me, there's always a way to like make it your own, okay? She's like, you're an asshole. It's like, yeah, I'm such a dick, fuck bitches every night, check it, and like shove your fingers like in her nose or something. Or, like whatever it is, like you can always expound on it. I was, 2 nights ago, I was like just wearing like this bachelorette thing that I got from a girl. And like girls like, you can't wear that, or like just like saying shit about it. And again, most guys be like, oh no, they're like judging me about it. I'm like, yeah, you know where I got it? She's like, where did you get it? I'm like, from the bitch I just banged in the bathroom 2 minutes ago. Boom, like it's like, it's like all this, you can always make it into your own. She's like, you're too old. It's like, yeah, I can be your father or grandfather. How does it feel to talk to an old man? Say you like wrinkles, touch the wrinkles, like expand on it that way. Make everything into your own. So when the girl's there, it's like, yeah, how do you guys know each other? I'm like, yeah, we've like known each other for years, here's a chance for me to expound on it. Here's a chance for me to, again, add more clay to the interaction, and whatever they throw at me, whatever happens, okay? Even if something like I fuck up, I say something that's too far out there, the friends come in, whatever happens is just more clay. And when you come from that frame and you're able to embrace it all, you're rarely gonna, 1, get shoved in your head, and 2, just resist what's happening. Okay, and that's like the kind of state you want to find yourself in, where you're like going with like the current of the world, going with the current of the interaction. Whatever happens, it's all good. You just go with the flow, you never resist what's happening. You can never be like too excited and like moving too fast. Okay, and I see this, like guys, like for example, when you learn physicality for the first time, you'll run up and be like, boom, like that on a girl. If you ever see me being physical with a girl, you will never see me hug a girl like that, ever. When I hug a girl, it's mostly like, boom, okay, or boom. And sometimes I might still do like, it's still strong, I'll be like, boom, like that. And I might just do like a little bit fast here and there, but it's very controlled, okay? The guy who's entitled to girls, okay, who's like in abundance, he gets girls all the time, he assumes that it's going to happen. If you're trying to go too fast, you're thinking that if I don't go this fast, it's not gonna happen. And instead of just like, like being in the moment, having fun, taking your time and being, relaxed about it, you're like stressing it out, that transfers onto the girl, she gets nervous, it transfers into not being, but more like doing and doing and doing, and at some point the girl's just gonna freak the fuck out because she doesn't know what's happening, okay? A girl who would be down to hug you, if you hug her too fast, most of the time she pushes you off, it's not because of the hug, it's she's like, what the fuck's happening? Okay? It's like, boom, like, who wouldn't be scared of that shit? Okay? So assume that, again, she will hug you. If you know she's gonna hug you no matter what, why would you move so fast? You're like, just take your time and enjoy the hug, okay? So that's like really, a lot of the vibe that I have. Like even in the videos you saw here, sure at some point I might be like a little physical, but again, it's like assuming that it's gonna happen, okay? Ask yourself, if the girl you open, she's gonna fuck you no matter what, okay? No matter what you do, would you act the same as you do now? Okay? Say it, like say for example, you open a girl, and she's like, look, in 25 minutes, 45 minutes, I'm gonna fuck you. You can do whatever you want. Are you gonna be like, like that? No, you might touch her because she's a girl, and you're like, oh, awesome. But you'll just be like, again, just more flowy with it, more comfortable with it, and that'll be, like the girl's state as well. Do not freak her out, especially towards the end of the night, okay? You can still be excited, but again, it's not like a forceful, attacking excitement. To pull a girl, okay, the more you move around the environment beforehand, the more likely she's gonna leave with you, okay? So when the second half hits, like say 2 or 2:30 tonight, when that hits, do the walk the girl out the door challenge. See how many girls you can like walk out the door of the club, okay? Open a girl, chat her, and be like, oh, just come this way, and see if you can like walk her out, okay? If you don't like her and you're outside the door, then just be like, actually, let's go back in, okay? And if you like her, go all the way. But just try walking the girls out, okay? Try to separate them from their friends, try to take their friends with them. Sometimes they'll say no, but see if you can make that happen. You'll be surprised how many girls will actually go with you, okay? Oftentimes, in pickup, you could be doing everything right. Like it's good enough, you're having fun, it's awesome, but just because you don't lead and you don't walk the girl out, or say, hey, let's go, or whatever, it just doesn't go anywhere and you just eject, okay? So try walking them out. Now when you're walking them out, do not ask for permission, okay? Don't be like, so do you want to go out the door? okay? What are you doing wrong there? You're asking 1, for permission, and for a girl to say yes, that means I'm a slut, okay? 2, it means you're not taking responsibility, you're not a guy who's going for what he wants, okay? And thirdly, by mentioning going out the door, it's similar to, if you're like, let's go tour the strip, it's already asking a lot, okay? So what I'll do, if I ever try to walk a girl out the door, I'm like talking to her, I'm like, okay, oh, you know what, just fun, yeah, hey, just come over here 1 second. Oh, I just want to talk to you, just over here, my friends, come meet my friends, then when I'm there. Actually, you know what, let's just go over here. Oh, let's just go over here, you just go over here. And you just slowly baby step it, keep it kind of as vague as you can. If she does really ask you, like, wait, where are we going? It's like, oh, just outside, like my friend's outside, I just want to get some fresh air, just outside, okay? Like kind of like keep it vague, try to take the responsibility off, and make it just fun, okay? It's like the better party is over here. The better party is over here. Girls always want to upgrade to the better party. Now again, you persist, you bring her out, but you're also the first guy to back off if she says no, okay? And you have to make the difference between the token resistance, which is like, oh, no, and the no. As soon as you get this serious, you're out of there. You take a step back, you can try flipping it around a bit, but if she keeps with the no, leave. Okay? First guy to push, first guy to back off. It's decisive, but it doesn't have to be like all aggressive. Okay? Like a pull isn't always like a battle with you and the girl. It's kind of like, as I mentioned yesterday, like that adoption frame. Like, hey, we're going over here. Come. It's like strong, steady, controlled, decisive. Same with physicality, but it's never rushed, never attacking. The whole thing I'm focusing on the first half of the night, because again, it's usually too early to pull, is just like to loosen up. Okay? Now that doesn't mean that you just need to be like loose like that. Like you might still see me be like, fuck yeah, but it's like coming from that like that looseness. It's not forced, it's not stiff, and it's not like attacking. Okay, like again, usually the way you talk in the beginning might be a little bit more choppy than the end. It's like, oh hey, what is your name? Oh, kind of like all over the place. The more the night goes on, it's more like flowy. Okay? In the beginning too, you might like force things like physicality, be like, oh come, versus like, oh, come here, like at your own pace. Your eyes will be like more tense. Like my whole thing is just like, loosen up, okay? So usually by taking action, making yourself laugh is a big one. Like that's why I'm always trying to laugh in the beginning, because every time you laugh, it's like, you loosen up like that. And in terms of like being real, the way I view it is like, am I just like flowing, if you will? Am I loosen up and it's just like, just coming out for me, or am I just doing it like to get the reaction from the girl?